Well, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the channel. I'm JP. My friends call me Jeeps. And today we'll try to practice some LMU, either hypercars or LMP2s. Why LMP2s? Well, there's a 4-hour event on the 11th and 12th. So I might be getting into that. If we can find me a driver. Doot. Yeah. So, okay. Nothing in upcoming here. It's going to be on Barcelona for the LMP2. And the championship's going to start on this one. The 8 hours. That is starting on, I think, the 18th. Not quite sure, but yeah. Might be the 17th and 18th of April. Not sure, but one of those 2 days there's a 8-hour race. Part of a 4-race championship. 8 hours. Might start at 5 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, that's gonna be something. What we wouldn't do for our favorite racing games. So, okay. Let's have a look here. So, nothing upcoming. I mean, I don't have time to practice or anything here. Weekly races, nothing. Oh, these two?
Yuki2488 says, hey.
Hey, Pookie, how are you today? Don't forget to leave a like on the stream because it helps.
Yuki2488 says, the Genesis GMR001 is awesome.
Really? You like it? I haven't tried it out yet. Not many servers are doing hypers. Yeah, these guys are already in a race.
Yuki2488 says, well, I basically have to. It replaces the Porsche.
Why do you have to? You don't have to do nothing. Okay, let's join a server if it'll let me. What? There's only 2 cars allowed here? We can't even try the Genesis? Wow. That's kind of weird. Okay, well, let's then go into single player. Unless the dailies are changing.
Yuki2488 says, the server is German cars.
Oh, that's why. Okay. Oh, that's a bummer. Barcelona P 39 minutes. I can maybe get into a practice server here. Yeah, I can practice my LMP2s. How long is the practice for? Is it for 10 minutes? Who makes Genesis, do you know? Is it a Korean car? Is it an American car? Is it... Who makes Genesis? If it starts with a GM, isn't it not General Motors?
Puki2488 says. Hyundai.
Hyundai. Okay. So Hyundai is getting into hypercars. Interesting. I hate not having the load thing here because now I don't know if it's just frozen or if the server ran out. Still a lot of bugs they need to fix. I'm expecting another update to the game next week. Unfortunately, it's Easter weekend, so a lot of them are gone already on vacation. Okay, well, I think this just bugged out the game. Unfortunately. Can't get out of it. I have to quit the game and restart. So many little bugs with this game. This last update broke a lot of things. Okay, so it seems like the only way for me to practice anything is to go into solo mode. So we don't have the year 2026 yet, so will I be able to...
Puki2488 says. But at least we got the Genesis for free.
Yeah, well, will it allow me to use it here since it's a 2026 car? It will. Okay.
Puki2488 says. Yeah.
Let's change the weather here to clear. Let's try it out. Alrighty. Let's see how this goes. I don't know any car setups for this, so we'll just go with whatever there is here.
Puki2488 says. I would say it drives like the Cadillac or Alpine.
Well, the only hypers that I've tried is the Ferrari, the Toyota, and the Peugeot. And I've been using the Peugeot. Oh, they keep doing this to me. back into Moza. Why do they change the gear shift?
Pukey2488 says, you have not tried the Porsche or the BMW / Big Sniffer ?
Nope, I have not. I tried the Ferrari. It's a little bit too unstable for me. Tried the Toyota, and that was just really a bad experience. But I didn't know anything about hypercars and how to set them up and all that. And I got to try the wingless Peugeot, and everything just went great. Ooh. And we're not even on cold tires. Well, tires are always cold for a hypercar, but unless you get them up into the 90 degrees.
Pukey2488 says, yet it does that sometimes.
Yeah, well, there's a reason for it. But since the car released on the same day as the map here, the track, I'm guessing that the default settings is supposed to be good for this track.
Pukey2488 says, is Barcelona good? I don't know if I should buy it.
Oh yeah, it's a great map. It's a very fast map. Takes about a minute and a half to go around the track. And it chews up tires a lot. Everybody finished their race yesterday with 40% tires. 40 to 50% tires. Yeah, this car is not stable enough for me. Sounds good though. The engine sounds good.
Pukey2488 says, bring up TC slip angle.
Unfortunately, they are no longer mapped, so I would have to go back to the garage to do that. Let's just try to keep up, try to warm up the tires and see how it goes.
That time was a 1:36.09.
Pukey2488 says, I cannot wait for McLaurin and hopefully Acura joins Le Mans.
Yeah, a lot of people want the Acura. We'll see, we will see. Time will tell. But WEC also has weird regulations.
Lap 1:35.79.
Like they want to force every team to have at least 2 cars. And since it's a mixed class, multi-class race where you're with the GT3s. Ooh, dang it. Yeah, that is bad here. That is bad there. There's a limited amount of garage space. So at some point, if you want to add a team, you're going to have to remove a team. Because every team has 2 cars. So on some tracks, you only have 38 garages. And every team has 2 cars, so that's 2 garages per team. And you have the GT3s and the hypercars, so they're always full. So if you're going to put in another team, then you have to remove a team, otherwise you don't have room. So that's kind of stupid. If they would allow just 1 car per team, then you could have a lot more teams and a lot more cars. Let's put it a little bit more to the front. The rear wing seems good. Let's try changing the TC and see how this goes. Yeah, see, that could be a this problem. No, it's not a this problem.
Yuki2488 says. Electric motor map at 30 kilowatts.
Yeah, that's not a lot. That is really not a lot. When some motor maps can go all the way up to 200 kilowatts, 30 is not a lot. Oh! Yeah, I can't drive this car.
Yuki2488 says. If the Marot map is up to 50 kilowatts, the car gets constant e-motor power to the rear wheels. If the motor map goes up to 200 kilowatts, the car gets e-motor power from about 4 gear or I don't know how many kilometers per hour.
Well, the motor map doesn't go higher than 50, so But yeah, I can't drive this. I cannot drive this car. That's pretty much max rear wing on it as well. No matter what I do, I keep losing the rear. Yes, the tires are cold, but I'm not pushing it.
Puki2488 says, if you do not like it, go practice with the Pegwheat, it gives you more experience.
Well, I wanted to try the car out, so that's what I'm doing. It's weird because I'm not losing it at the same place as other cars. Other cars, like the Ferrari and the Peugeot, I'd lose them here. And this car has no problems here. It loses it in the wide turns, which is weird.
That time was a 1:35.45.
Ooh. Yeah, it doesn't take much to render this car unstable. I would say that the default settings for this car on this track is really bad. Then again, I don't know how to drive hypercars, so...
Lap 146.98.
Yeah, it has some really weird behaviors. Uh... Whoa! Okay, this car is hard to drive. That's all I'll say. Oh, not missing it by much.
Justin Slim Friesen says. Hey hey.
Hey Justin, how are you today? How did you enjoy your race last night?
Justin Slim Friesen says, doing well. And the race was fun. How about yours?
Mine was fun, except that I had a couple of issues. Like 1 out of 2 laps, 1 out of 3 laps, when I would get here and start passing cars, I would have the warping of the cars in front being in back, then in front, then in back. So as I'm coming here, I'm passing a couple of Lexus, and I get to this corner, and then all of a sudden there's a Lexus in front of me that I nudged. Barely nudged. It kind of threw me into a spin though, but nonetheless, I got a 15-second penalty for that. The problem is that I finished 15 seconds in front of Wicks. So guess what? Wicks ended up in front of me. By a fraction of a second.
Justin Slim Friesen says, oh yeah. I was right there when that happened. Justin Slim Friesen says, dang.
But other than that, it was pretty fun and pretty good. Unfortunately, like, at the beginning of the race, I was behind Savage, Randy Savage. And I figured, you know what? I'll stay behind him and just have a good race with him. You know? So I could have passed him. But I know that I'm not Larson, so chasing the leaders wouldn't be a thing. So I figured I'll just stay behind Randy and, you know, just have some fun throughout the race and all that. But Randy kind of lost it and DNF'd. So then I was stuck all by myself trying to catch up to the leaders. Which by then, you know, by 6 laps into the race, it's kind of late to start chasing their pace. Ooh. Trying out the Genesis, I'm having a really hard time with it. I can't find a setup to keep it stable.
Justin Slim Friesen says, I had to avoid you and Adam, so chucked it into the grass and gravel on the right of T1.
Oh, somebody's
Got rear
here. Give me a
suspension
second.
damage.
Dang, that's annoying. Like, I get waking up in the morning to move my car because we're having a snowstorm here. And the guy comes and knocks on my door. Oh, yeah, the tractor passed. You can put your car back. Yeah. It's a good thing I'm not in the 4-hour or 8-hour race.
Justin Slim Friesen says, wasn't too bad though. Cost me maybe 0.5 on pace if I had to guess. Pukey2488 says, have you tried the Genesis, Justin?
Justin doesn't do hypercars. Wussy.
Justin Slim Friesen says, not yet. You? And do you like it?
I'm trying it out. I can't keep it on the track though. It's unstable for me.
Pukey2488 says, like it, I love it. Justin Slim Friesen says, LOL. Nice.
Viking had a really bad outing yesterday. Just in front of me. And I was so scared that it was because of me. Did I hit him or something? I watched the replays a couple of times. And his car just did not turn. He was here and turning the steering wheel and the car just kept going straight. But I was behind him and I was wondering, did I nudge him or hit him or something? Because I was getting lag issues compared to other cars.
Justin Slim Friesen says, who?
Viking. He was having a really good race with the other McLaren up until then. And then we were like 3 hypercars passing them.
Justin Slim Friesen says, oh, wonder if he had a wheel issue?
Well, from my point of view, it didn't seem like a wheel issue because he was turning. Whoops. Like full on turning the wheel, but the car just kept going straight. But I had to watch the replay because we were 3 hypercars, 2 of them pass him. And right here, as he's trying to turn, he's like really turning the wheel like this, but the car keeps going straight on him. You know, he was having a really good fight with the other McLaren. You know, first 2 times I passed him, he was behind the McLaren. Third time when I was behind him, he was in front of the other McLaren, but then wiped out. But he still finished his race and everything, so that's a good sign. Don't know if he enjoyed himself, though.
Justin Slim Friesen says, I'm guessing that was Lenny.
Yeah, I'm surprised to see Lenny in the McLaren. Like a lot of people have switched cars.
Justin Slim Friesen says, Lenny is good people.
And it's like Carl. I'm used to seeing Carl in the McLaren and he's in the Porsche. And I didn't even notice. But Wolfie was in the race yesterday. In the McLaren. But he lost force feedback, so he retired. Does he not know about the reset button? Does it work for him or not work for him?
Justin Slim Friesen says, yeah, not for long though. LOL.
Time was a 1:35.4.
Was it him that you were telling me yesterday that...
488 says, hee Porsche.
Wasn't it you that told me, I think it was yesterday, that Wolfie only drives hypercars? Or were you talking about Cobra? I'm confused. I'm so confused. Ooh, I hate touching the grass here.
Justin Slim Friesen says, Cobra.
Oh, okay. Yeah, passed Wolfie once and never saw him again the rest of the race. I did not know that he had retired. It was cool to see the livery.
Justin Slim Friesen says, Cobra aka Kenneth Portis.
Okay, thank you. That helps me because I get so confused. It's not even funny. But I saw that the leaders were having a really good... The 4 leaders were pretty close and tight all the way to the end of the race. It was really nice to see. I was completely out of it by then, but... Hey, at least I finished my race. I gained 3 positions, so... I am not going to finish dead last in the championship. Okay, I'm more or less able to keep the car on track now. Other than when I'm touching grass. I might save this setup. This is the one that's working for me the most so far. I'm trying the Genesis. Just in case Wolfie wants to drive this as a hypercar. Because he did ask me to make a livery for it. Something new, something out of this world. I was surprised too. I'm confused. I registered my car with the livery of the ZRL colors. When I picked my car yesterday, it was the green and blue. But as I'm watching the replay with the guys yesterday, I'm seeing that I have the steampunk livery on the car, and then I go to my replays, same thing, steampunk livery on my car. So I'm confused. Like, yes, I have been using it, but it's not my... I'm just confused. I thought you were stuck with the livery that you selected when you got into the championship. So it's weird that it was neither that one or the one that I actually selected when I went into the server.
Time 1:37.91.
But yeah, Wolfie asked me to do a livery for the Genesis here. Something new. Something never before seen. I hope they fix these livery things, because it's driving me nuts. Nothing about the liveries is working as intended. Okay, well this is a lot more stable then.
Yuki2488 says, what is wrong with the liveries ?
You cannot upload them. The shine, the flakes don't seem to be working. And like I said, I registered with one livery, selected that same livery for my race yesterday, but then another livery pops up. And when you also go to work on the car, it takes 50,000 clicks to rotate the car, which just drives me nuts. Like if I paint one side of the car, it takes me 5 minutes worth of clicks trying to turn the car around just to be able to look at it. It's infuriating. When you try to upload, then you get a 404 error. It says cannot connect or whatever. So it's a pain working on them. You can't upload them, and whatever you select, well, it doesn't seem to work. All the old stuff works. What you have, it already works, but anything that you try to change does not. What is this guy doing? What? Is this guy really trying to push me off the track? Two can play at that, buddy. Okay, I'm gonna keep this setup. This one seems the most stable of things that I've tried so far. This is the only version that has stayed on the track without wiping out. And it's turning for me, so that's the main thing. I got hit and smacked in the rear here so often during yesterday's race. I'm surprised nobody got penalties for that. I was so afraid that I wouldn't finish the race without the rear. Like, yes, I don't have a rear wing, but I can still lose it. Somehow the wingless can lose its rear wing. I guess they're talking about the two little wings that are on each side of the car. But yeah, I had a lot of fun yesterday, but I did have lag issues. Especially on the straight. That's when cars I would pass them like 2 or 3 times in a row. I pass them, then they appear in front of me, then I pass them, then they appear in front of me. Man, this guy's a really bad driver, AI. Dang. Let somebody else knock him out. So I'm trying to do the 4-hour event that's coming up next weekend. Or I might be mistaken. It's the 11th and 12th. So I guess that's in 2 weeks. It's a 4-hour LMP2 GT3 4-hour thing. So I'm just looking for another driver to do the LMP2s. I'm not a big fan of this car, but this is the setup that I got it to work the most. Have you noticed that you can no longer copy and paste in these boxes? Okay, time for a smoke screen.
Yuki2488 says, what time?
There's different times, actually. Seven a.m. No, 7 p.m., 11 p.m., 2 a.m., 5 a.m., 10 a.m., 1 p.m., 4 p.m. On the 10th, 11th, or 12th of April, from what I'm gathering here. It's very confusing because who knows what time zones that's going to be. Man, default liveries look ugly. No. Okay. Yeah, let's go look what's online. Oh, did I miss it? I missed it. There was an LMP2 on Barcelona here. Dang it. No servers found. Everybody's fed up of Barcelona now. All the other tracks are appearing in no Barcelona. GT3s, and that's it. Okay, well, back to solo, I guess. Yeah, I had a lot of fun yesterday, though. Any race that there's no major crashes and that I finish, I'm happy with. And I guess I put enough pressure on Randy to cause him to crash out in DNF. I guess that's a good thing. Although I was trying not to put any pressure on him. I guess he put pressure on himself. Try filled grid. Okay, filled grid. I haven't been racing, but let's change the weather for the race in case I do make it to a race. I don't know why I keep changing that and I... What? I thought I changed that. There we go. Let's see how the LMP2 does on this track.
Justin Slim Friesen says, I had a great little battle with Mateo, I think that's his name, early in the race.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that joined to do the race that I don't know who they are. Heck, I don't even know who our people are. I'm confused. Doesn't take much. Apparently LMP2s are really fast on this track. Apparently they're pretty close in times to hypercars. I don't know about that, but because I'm slow in anything, but
Justin Slim Friesen says, side by side though 5 straight corners, including the awkward left-right chicane.
really? Yeah, a couple of people, two hypers, I forget who they were also side by side for the first 5 laps. I don't know who they were, but actually LMP2s are fun on this track. Well, I'm just saying after doing 1 lap, but if I'm not crashing out, then I guess that's a good sign. Ooh. Spoke too soon. I just want to get a feeling for it in case we do find somebody to drive with me for that 4-hour thing. I like this track. People's tire. Oh, by the way, Justin, you know how we were talking yesterday about fuel stops and stuff? I was able to go the entire race, and I still had 2 laps of fuel left over at the end. I did not have to pit.
Justin Slim Friesen says, "Holy cow."
Yep. Unfortunately, people like Larson that gets 2 laps on me can afford to pit twice. And I still wouldn't catch up to them. But I'm guessing because I spun out. I spun out once here, hitting that Lexus that appeared out of nowhere for me. And I spun out towards the end of the race at the other hairpin. That cost me a lot of time because both times I let all the cars pass me before rejoining. The one at the end of this straight here. So I spun out at the end there. It wasn't even under braking, it was under acceleration here again. Completely took me by surprise. I was not expecting it.
Justin Slim Friesen says, "Oh yeah, I remember you shooting across the track in front of me that time too."
Yeah, I had a couple of struggles yesterday. I'll know for the next race that I'm gonna start battling people. Like if I can pass Randy and knock him off track or whatever, I don't care. Give him another DNF. But I'll just go for it instead of waiting behind people. Whoa! Ugh. Yeah, I'm gonna have to be careful in LMP2. I don't know how to adjust these cars, honestly. I've never even tried. It's the only cars that I drive default. Oh, I also changed my thumbnail today. Don't know if you saw the thumbnail, but I got a blue and green car in there now. What's happening online? Should probably try to do one of these. Hypercars. We've already done Spa. We've already done Barcelona. I'm not going to wait 27 minutes to do an hour's race here. But I should probably practice. Since this is going to be the first race.
Justin Slim Friesen says, "Oh yeah, I noticed the ZRL, but not the car."
Why is it not letting me join practice here? It's 26 minutes, so if the servers are 30-minute practices, see, this is what I don't understand. This was the livery that I selected yesterday. This is the livery that I registered the car for the series. But once in game, I ended up with this one. Which was not the goal of the thing. But I'm guessing that for those... Actually, you know what? I should probably try the Genesis here. Where's the Genesis?
Justin Slim Friesen says, "I think I figured it out."
I figured what out? What did you figure out? See?
Justin Slim Friesen says, "On Simgrid your livery is Jeep's Media Live Driver Lineup 1.
Oh, so you think that it goes to my Jeeps and selects that?
Justin Slim Friesen says, "So it will always pull that livery."
Oh, okay. Why do I have another 404 error here? And I hate all the errors on this game. Let's load this thing up and try it out. Dang, I'm close to the wall here. What the? What kind of garage pot is this? Yay, this must be a cold tire server. Yeah, okay.
Justin Slim Friesen says, "So change the SimGrid livery, or change the livery for that lineup." Pukey2488 says, "Well GGGTG."
GG, TG, TG, TG. Okay, gotta go. Okay, well, thank you for stopping by, Pookie.
Justin Slim Friesen says. Later Pukey. Pukey2488 says. Bye.
I feel like I'm getting massive lag here. I may not ever be able to play online again. Hopefully they come out with another patch next week. Was that being too optimistic? Like, honestly, I feel like this patch didn't fix anything. Dang it. He just hit me there, and it didn't even show up on the thing.
Justin Slim Friesen says. LMU feeling lucky punk LOL.
Well, I feel like the only thing that they did change was the bop issues. From hosted servers to online to single player. That were all different all over the place. Or like GC was saying, double bops. Some cars had double bops on certain tracks. Hey, my wheel just clipped there as he was passing me. I'm still having major issues. I didn't have all these issues yesterday, but I do have them in the rank servers.
Lap 201.05.
I have no idea where I'm going. McFly, really? That's his name? See how that car just warped there on me? Yeah, I did mention that I would have to change the gears here. Otherwise I feel like we're gonna blow an engine. Well, it would be nice for me if I could keep it on the track, right? Wouldn't that be something? I guess that's why we call these practice servers. And 30 minutes is not long enough to practice hypercars on these tracks. Now we're gonna pop an engine here. Yeah, nothing feels good in the steering wheel. Nothing feels good here. True that they put the pit line there on the racing line. Boy, am I having fun trying to stay on this track. So how does the Genesis feels? Well, feels good when you don't have to follow track limits. Honestly, people were like, oh man, this car is so much better than the Peugeot. I don't see it. Like, I don't know about top speeds and acceleration and all that. But handling wise, I would say it's more like the Ferrari to me, where it can turn, it can do stuff. I have a tendency of losing it. I managed to get some settings in that helps. But I'm gonna be struggling. And I can't even see the track here. Sometimes I really don't know what LMU thinks. I think that the track selections and time of day and all that are decided by AI. Nobody has actually gone on track to see if this was a good idea to practice.
Justin Slim Friesen says, I'm kinda a Hyundai fan, so I'm hoping it does well.
Is that what you drive? Just asking. I'm a Hyundai fan, but not for the same reasons that you are, probably.
Justin Slim Friesen says. Great value. That's why I like them.
Oh, okay. I like them because they're a big company. Much bigger than what people think. Like, I knew about them even before they started importing cars here in the 80s. I don't know if you remember the Pony. The Hyundai Pony. I got one for a day. Somebody smashed my car and the insurance.
Justin Slim Friesen says. I do.
The insurance gave me a Hyundai Pony while my car was being fixed. Man, I hate this garage. This wall is crazy. I can't even turn the car here to get out of that garage. Oh, the lag feels so bad on this track. Steering wheel feels bad. I feel this is crap. What? Am I already on the track and I'm not supposed to be here? I'm confused. Feels like I got a broken suspension driving. But the steering is straight, but it feels like I got a broken suspension. Like both, you can see the vibration there, right and left, the jerkiness. Feels like one wheel wants to go left, one wheel wants to go right, like I have a broken suspension. I'm not feeling good here. Whoops. Sorry, dude. Ooh, Canadian Taylor. Man, 8 hours of racing here. I'm gonna go nuts. Where's the track? Where's the track? Did I lose the track?
Justin Slim Friesen says. Have you looked at the new FFB options? Could that be messing with things?
No, it's just on this track here. I don't know. The online stuff has gone wacky. Oh, you're thinking about the... Yeah, I didn't... No, this settings hasn't done anything for me. This one here at 30%. No, it's feeling like I'm super laggy in the server. See, it still feels like I got a broken suspension, even though my steering is straight. It's like I'm constantly out of sync with everybody else on the track. Except visually they seem okay-ish. Except for that one car that kind of passed me, but was still kind of moving forwards and backwards for an instant. I can't brake there for some reason. It's like I have the brakes on 60%, but I know they're at 90. I guess they're just cold and not braking. Or my tires are not warm enough and just sliding on the surface. See, now for a fraction of a second it feels good here. It's not constant, it comes in waves.
Justin Slim Friesen says, I remember on the V1.0 update they added some graphic option. It gave me all kinds of issues. I turned it off and everything was, and still is fine. Don't remember what it's called now though. Pukey2488 says, hey I am back.
Welcome back. You know, you were talking about those 4x4 trucks that cross the desert, Paris to Dakar. Maybe I need to get myself into that kind of game. Since I can't seem to stay on track here. Maybe I should just give up on LMU and play some other game. I mean, I'm kind of frustrated because just the other day before the update, I was mentioning how good...
Justin Slim Friesen says, when I looked into it, it supposedly puts a lot of load on the CPU. Maybe turn that off. Might help.
Kind of frustrated because the other day I was like, the feeling of the force feedback in this game is so awesome. I really enjoyed the game, the feeling, the way that the car feels on the track. And then in one update, all of that's gone. Although yesterday on Barcelona, no issues. When I go into single player, no issues. But yeah, there is something when I'm playing with people online in these ranked servers. It doesn't do it on the hosted, it does it in the, mostly in the ranked. Like, I have some issues in hosted, but for the most part it's very playable. But in these ranked things, it goes super nuts. Aw, shut up. Okay, no, you're talking about graphics, something in here that would take up the CPU. Didn't I turn on the look ahead? I guess it's off because I got my... So I guess it's the main menu graphics then. Let's set up a smoke screen while I try to figure that out.
Justin Slim Friesen says, I think so.
Because you don't have access to the same settings in game as in the main menu here. It might be your vertical sync. They tell everybody to turn that off. Same thing with these. I got everything
Justin
on
Slim
low.
Friesen says, texture filtering.
I think I got it as low as possible.
Justin Slim Friesen says, sorry streaming.
That one there, turn that one off. But my CPU is way above specs. See, I got the shadows off.
Justin Slim Friesen says, yup. Justin Slim Friesen says, helped me.
Okay. Gonna try it. See if it changes anything. Except I won't be able to practice on that track now. See, this is the race I wanted to do earlier, but missed it. Now it's too late. Let's cook it. Will it allow me to practice here? Yes, okay. Ooh. Well, that's not what we want. See, it's so infuriating now I won't even be able to practice hypercars, or can I? Is it going to allow me to practice here? And I don't know if you noticed, they removed the percentage of loading. So earlier today, I joined a practice and it just hung on me. I had to close the game and restart it. And I couldn't tell if it finished the percentage or if it hanged or anything. I was just looking at the loading screen for 5 minutes. Hey, it's not letting me...
Yuki2488 says, it is showing to me.
Really? Okay.
Justin Slim Friesen says, I assume they are just starting up new practice sessions.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. 27 minutes, so that's no... Oh, there it goes. No, this is the LMP2, okay? Yeah, I figured that's what happened. I joined a practice session and it probably was in between starting up and not. But I don't have the percentage of loading, so I don't know anything. I was just stuck on... Why is it not letting me practice here? There we go. See, I don't have a percentage of loading here, so I was looking at the screen for like 5 minutes. Nothing was happening. See, normally it doesn't take 5 minutes to load in. So, okay, it actually loaded in my default with the tire change, which it doesn't always do this. It doesn't do this on the Peugeot, which is weird. Again, why did they put me right up to a wall here in the garage? They really hate me. Of all the things I need to complain about, it's every single little detail in this game that's bugging me now. No, it doesn't feel the same as in a hosted or offline. I don't know what it is, and it's hard to describe. The force feedback just feels really bad in these ranked servers. I don't know what it is.
Justin Slim Friesen says, maybe the bop bug?
Well, it does it on the Genesis the same as it does it on the Peugeot, so apparently they fixed the bop situation. But the force feedback just really feels off and bad. It feels like I'm playing Project Cars 3 with no just random force feedback settings. But it's extra grainy. Every little bump wants to throw the car either right or left. Like, I don't feel connected to the car at all. It doesn't feel good. It's hard to explain. Because there's force
Justin
feedback.
Slim Friesen says, I'm lucky that the McLaren seems fine, I guess.
Well, it's not a car-related issue. It's like more of a server issue. Like, it doesn't do it offline. It doesn't do it in the hosted servers. It just throws my system out of whack in these ranked servers.
Justin Slim Friesen says.
Time 149.18.
Like, it's working, but it's off somehow. Yeah, I don't know how to explain it. Hey, did you have to change tires yesterday? How was your tires at the end of the race? Were you at the 50% mark? This track chews up tires. I was in the 50s, and I noticed that at the end there that I was struggling to stay on the track. But Larson was in the 40s. He was really pushing it. I was in the high 50s, and I was happy with that. He was in the low 40s.
Justin Slim Friesen says. I didn't even check. But front left was hurting.
9.52.
Yeah, I know that GC had to lift a lot because his tires were going like in the 90 degrees.
Justin Slim Friesen says. And no, I didn't change tires. Races aren't long enough to ever even consider it TBH.
Yeah, well, this track is different. A lot of people in the hypercars were changing their tires yesterday. See, Larson didn't, and he finished in the low 40% tires. And he did not change. But okay.
Justin Slim Friesen says. Well, that is a big mistake, IMHO.
I was just curious. Oh, he went off. See, that's kind of what happened to Viking yesterday. His steering wheel was turning and all of a sudden the car did not turn at all.
Justin Slim Friesen says, faster to live with the pain than sit for 6 to 12 seconds in the pits.
Well, you know what? I would disagree with that. If it would be causing me to spin out, then I easily lose that in one spin out.
Justin Slim Friesen says, not to mention having to warm them up.
Yeah, that's the thing. Warming up tires on hypercars is deadly. Like, it takes me a good 12 to 14 minutes
That time was a 1:43.4.
to warm up tires. Okay, well, all of a sudden, it's gradually getting better here. I don't know what's going on. It still pops in once in a while, but overall, see, it's hard to explain because it's not constant. It comes and goes. That weird feeling. Now I'm starting to feel connected. But not always. I'm not having any issues with the car in front of me here. See, he's staying stable, I'm staying stable.
Justin Slim Friesen says, is it related to tire temp maybe?
Nope. No, it's not. Because on that last track, that Rickards, I warmed up the tires twice, and it was like 10 times worse than it is here.
That time was a 1:42.92.
I don't even know the hypercars from the rear lights. Like, I couldn't even tell you what kind of car it's in front of me, but apparently it's a BMW. But I wouldn't know it if I didn't read it. Like, I can't recognize the hypercars from their rear lights or anything.
Time 1:38.10.
Justin Slim Friesen says, that graphic change might be helping with the jittering cars at least. So
Yep.
far so good.
Yep, true that. You're right there, though. If it does, I would so be happy about that. Because, yeah, that cost me a position yesterday. Like, I'm on the straight, I'm passing cars, but it was like only 1 in 3 laps. that it was happening. Like, it wasn't constant, but when it was there, it was there. It's like every single car I was passing was warping. It's like I was passing them 2 or 3 times in a row. They're in front of me, they're in back of me. They're in front of me, they're in back of me. Oh, where did he go? Alright. Ooh, stay on the track. Nope, can't stay. Okay. Like every time I hit the straight here and start passing cars, they're in front of me, they're in back of me. They're in front of me, they're in back of me. They're in front of me, they're in back of me. And by here, I think I'm okay, and then all of a sudden I see the Lexus just go in front of me. And the strange thing is, if I'm looking at the replays, it doesn't show none of that. Like, it shows me passing the Lexus, but then the Lexus passing me in the braking zone. But everything is so smooth and constant, and so it's kind of weird that the replays don't show what I'm seeing in game. Well, the Lexus is not a bad car. Not the Lexus, the Genesis. Like, I'm going around the track here, and with these settings, I kind of feel like it's the Peugeot that I'm driving. But these settings this setup might not be optimum. But it took me like 10 tries of changing things to get it to be stable like this. Now that the tires are warmed up, I feel like it can start throwing it a bit. Did you find that the hypercars were very respectful yesterday in passing and all that? From what I saw, everything was always super clean. None of the plow set aside because I'm a hypercar and GTs need to bow to me kind of a thing. It was really nice to see yesterday. All I'll say is the curbs on this car feel a lot worse than in the Peugeot. My suspension must be a lot smoother in the Peugeot than it is It's extremely jarring in this Genesis. See, I'm able to throw it around and have fun with this.
J1E Polis says, do you think the Aston's aero compared to other hypercars make it slower? Justin Slim Friesen says, respectful, yes. But there was a few that don't seem aware of how to set up overtakes properly. So lack of experience more than anything else.
Well, nobody's used to this track and nobody knows exactly where the optimum places are. Like, other than the straight here, I found that there's only one other place that was nice, and that's turning in the just before the hairpin. That corner where I have a tendency of downshifting into third instead of staying in fourth.
J1E Polis says, experienced drivers will always say that no matter the car, a good driver can always win.
Well, that's not true. But no, I don't think the aero plays any part. This place here is where I found that I was able to pass a lot of cars. And then in a straight. Otherwise, I was basically behind all other cars just waiting. Because I'm in no rush and I didn't want to bother anybody's battles. And sometimes here I did a couple of passes. A couple of passes here and there. And obviously the one at the end of the straight here that I ran into that Lexus was obviously not a good thing. I found that a lot of GTs were really mad at me. Like, there's 4 GTs in front of me fighting for position, and I would slip myself in between 2 of those GTs because I couldn't overtake all of them. So it's kind of frustrating for them because you're trying to get the draft from the car in front of you to be able to follow them. And then I insert myself, waiting for the next opportunity to do another pass. And I found that a lot of GTs did not let me do that. Like, it's either you pass all 4 GTs or you don't bother getting in between none of them. Kind of a situation.
J1E Polis says, that's multi-class racing for Yad.
But yeah, to answer your question, no, I don't think the aero plays any difference on the Valkyrie. To my knowledge, I'm not a big Valkyrie driver, but...
Justin Slim Friesen says, J1E Polis yeah.
That's the only thing I noticed yesterday, is that the GTs were not happy when I would insert myself in their fights. And strangely enough, I kind of tried to balance it out. Like, if I kind of... Well, not purposefully, but you know that I brake early into corners. So if I insert myself, then I pass the other car and I start braking early in the corner. So I kind of slowed both of them down in a way, you know. I was trying to balance it out that ways. But I noticed that they were not happy when I was inserting myself. And I'm not talking about the drivers that we practice with. So it's some drivers that I don't know who they are. Oh, I also noticed that Sarah wasn't there yesterday. Did she pull out of the championship, or is she still there? She did the first race, didn't end the first race, and I don't know, didn't show up yesterday.
Justin Slim Friesen says, wow. Oh, think you were overly cautious and overslowed sometimes. That can catch guys out.
Well, yes, because you guys should know that your ABS
Justin
allows you
Slim
to
Friesen
outbrake
says,
us in corners.
I think she dropped out.
Oh, I thought so too, because somebody was mentioning that somebody dropped out, and then somebody got into position. I'd have to go and check to see if she's still there, though. Okay, well, there's only 1 minute left. I'm glad I was able to practice a little bit on the Genesis here. I am not hating this, though. I can drive this. This setup feels close to my Peugeot. I'm able to throw it, make tons of mistakes, stay in control. But this corner here causes me lots of headaches. This corner here is one of the worst corners in this game for me. That's the one that gives me trouble. I brake a lot. I brake early, and somehow 1 out of 10 times I'll spin out in there.
A Seagaming 6852 says, hello there General Kenobi.
Hey, hello Ace Gaming. You're catching me just as I'm getting off. But it's Friday, so hopefully tonight people will feel like racing and I can host something. Hopefully Viking will get on. He keeps saying he wants to play more, but I keep seeing him less and less. Like 2 weeks ago, was it for Spa? Maybe that's 3 weeks ago. We did like 3 or 4 or 5 hosted races during the week. And he's like, yeah, I want to do more of this. And then we keep seeing him less and less and less.
A Seagaming 6852 says, I've been busy the whole day, sorting out the garage and building cupboards.
Oh, nice. Interesting. I would not be doing that because it's snowing like crazy here. And I'm fed up with the snow. We got another 20 centimeters of snow here today. And now it's ice rain. We're supposed to get a lot of ice rain. Changing to rain tomorrows. So, not happy. Not happy with the weather. I might actually lose my internet again.
A Seagaming 6852 says, that's a lot of snow.
Yes, it is. It's a very bad April Fool's joke. I'm anxious to see all of this melted and gone. Really, I'm ready for that. So, okay, folks, I'm gonna go and make myself some supper. Hopefully, people feel like playing this evening. I know I am. And otherwise, maybe I'll try a couple of ranked races.
Justin Slim Friesen says, later.
Laters, alligators, thank you all for watching. Thank you for leaving a like on your way in or on your way out.
A Seagaming 6852 says, see you later, brother.
Laters.